Welcome to 3D Amazon FBA. Today I'm going to talk to you guys about what I've been doing. I'm restructuring the financial side of my business. So I've been busy handling that, and I want to give you guys a story and a horror story that I've had to deal with through this whole process. So before I get into it, make sure you guys like and subscribe to the channel. Really appreciate it. All right, so I've decided to restructure my company. I'm getting married in a few weeks, like 3 weeks, and I ran everything through the one account. So, all my apps or programs that I use were coming out of my checking account. My product I was buying was coming out of my personal checking account, and I paid everything in one card through one. I get my Amazon, I'd pay off my credit cards, and I'd pay everything that way. But with me getting married, it's easy for me to remember everything. Like if I go out sourcing, spend 3 grand or whatever, I can remember. Okay, so I got 3 grand in the bank to cover this, and it was simple. But now adding someone else to the fold, I have to separate everything. So I wanted to start a business account with, so that way I can get my Amazon money to my business account, and then I'll pay myself a salary, which I haven't really did because everything was just combined. And so that's what I've decided to do. So I've been doing my own taxes the last few years, and I come to find out I had to hold off a few weeks opening the business account because there's one form in California that I didn't know existed that I didn't do. So I guess in California to operate an LLC, which I have, yet the state charges you $800 a month, plus they charge you a chunk of your revenue. So I was paying my all my taxes and my personal taxes, and I went and got a CPA to help me do my taxes from now on and get maybe some advice on how to lower my tax bill and all that stuff. So they found out that I had omitted this form, and they said otherwise my taxes were spot on, everything was good. I could deduct all my expenses like PG&E, my garage, internet, Amazon fees, and all that. I deduct it from my personal taxes, but I also have to do this other form. So I paid this morning 3 years of taxes that I missed, and then of course penalties on that. So the point of this part of the story is make sure you guys get a CPA. Don't try to do it yourself, especially if you're in California. There's always something they're trying to tax you on, and it's expensive to come back and just pay for the CPA. I wish I had in retrospect, because I'm trying to remember. I'm paying about $1,000, $1,200 in penalties because I forgot this one simple form. And then there's another thing I didn't know I had to do, which is a statement of information. And you do that so you can have your company name, and you have to put thing in the newspaper, and you have to do all the steps to get your company name. I forget the terms for some of this stuff, and I didn't know every 2 years you have to pay the state of California $20 in order to keep your company name. So my LLC actually was suspended, and I didn't know it because I didn't know I had to do this statement of information every 2 years. And my CPA is trying to figure it out, but she thinks that, well, I got it figured out. Like I got my LLCs unsuspended and all that, but she believes I should be getting penalized $250 because 2 years ago I didn't give the state of California 20. I'm hoping that it's all squared away because I'm unsuspended. It's looking like I shouldn't have to pay it, and I'm actually going to email my CPA when I'm done with this video. So, needless to say, my ignorance cost me quite a bit of money, unfortunately. But I've got it all squared away. I've got it all paid off, and now I've got my business account. I've got it. I just got approved for a business credit card, which I wasn't surprised on. So I'm going to be making all my business purchases with my business credit card, paying it on my business account, and I'm going to cut myself a check for salary. And my living expenses is next to nothing, and I do want my company to continue growing, even though like I've had setbacks because of my mistakes. and it is what it is. You make mistakes, you learn from them, and you move on. I'm not going to really dwell on them, but I just wanted to communicate my experiences with you guys in case you're new or you're in California, things that you should really be looking for. And I recommend getting a CPA so you don't make the mistake I do. So anyways, so then what happened was the real nightmare is, of course, I wanted to request a disbursement from Amazon. I need to get my cash flow back after paying so much money in taxes and fees. Because I think I dropped between paying the CPA and all the taxes and the penalties and all that was like $8,000 I paid out this morning. So I requested disbursement, and Amazon shut down my account because I went in, I changed all my banking information. Then they text you, is this your account? And they emailed me, is this your account? They were doing all the checks. And I was like, yes, this is my account. I logged in. And then they made me change my password. And then they froze my account. Like as I was changing my password, saying there was suspicious activity. So I had to email support, and I had to get them to unfreeze my account because they locked me out of the app. They locked me off of Seller Central, and the email even said they shut down all my listings and everything went into stranded inventory. And it fixed itself about a half an hour after tech support emailed me back and approved of me switching my business account. I had to change my password, which is no big deal. So it was a pretty stressful 30, 40 minutes because I thought I was all squared away with just changing my banking information. So that's another thing. If you guys want to change your banking information, don't request a disbursement right away because you could get shut down like I did. And it was pretty stressful to say the least. It was right around noon when my sales typically pick up is in the afternoon to early evening. Is probably when I get about that 5 hour span between like noon and 5 or 6 where I get like half my sales every day. So I was in panic mode because they emailed me and said, oh, it could take up to 12 hours. Like, crap, I can't be shut down for 12 hours over nothing, because they approved it whenever they messaged me and all that stuff. But it's just another thing to think about, something to think about if you guys are changing your banks or doing that kind of thing, to wait on requesting the disbursements because you don't want to go through the stress of having your account shut down. And then when you finally get in, you see like 1,200 items in stranded inventory. Talk about stressful. But it righted itself. I didn't have to do nothing extra on that, thank goodness. But, just wanted to give you guys an update. This is what I've been doing, doing all my taxes and stuff. And the tax stuff I talk about, I'm not a CPA. I'm definitely not an expert, or else I wouldn't have made this mistake. So don't take tax advice from me, but get a CPA and they'll square you away. I'm very confident with the one that I've hired, and she gave me a lot of really good advice on things I could do and should do, and how I should set up my banking and how I should pay for my living expenses compared to that. Because she's like, pay your PG&E out of your business account because it's a tax write-off, and your gas, pay that stuff off of your cell phone, off your business account. But like pay your mortgage off your personal, because the mortgage isn't the business write-off, but all the other stuff is. So there's things like that was really helpful for me because that's kind of what I figured to do. But it is nice to ask a professional to get some help on that. So that's what I got for you guys today. Make sure you guys like, subscribe. I hope this video gives you guys some help. So like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching.